Hey guys, welcome back to another daily drive. Now there's just one of these routes that I thought I would cover just on my way back. So this is Green Lane. This is up in Hendon, for those of you who know the area, but it will be more of a general one as well, because it's about road markings and signs which can catch people out. And to be very honest with you, I reckon I'd probably get caught out with it as well if I didn't know the area so well. So we're coming up to a set of traffic lights at the end of the road. This road here is called Green Lane, and it leads on to Brent Street, just in case you guys want to know the area. And you'll notice on the approach to it, we will have some faded arrows on the ground just here. Okay, and they are warning you to kind of make sure you come back, but that's generally for people who are overtaking. But they're also telling you and just reminding you stay on the left now. So if you can remember these arrows, you'll kind of remember the junction as well. And we're gonna turn right at the traffic lights. Now you see where the no through road sign is, that T sign. Okay, there's a little side road there which looks like cars come in from there, but they don't. And that's where people think that this part here you can use both lanes, but you can't. Okay, so as we approach, I'll have a look so you can see. And it's very tempting to go over there on the right hand side, and you'll see students do that and then come back. But on the ground, if you notice, if I can kind of just stay here and see it, there's no stop line on the right hand side, and the stop line is on the left hand side only. So the traffic light will always have a line. I mentioned that in one of the other videos, and there's no line on that side, so there's no way for you to stop there. There's like nothing to make you stop. So that's why you would know, if you just look at the junction, that you're going to be on the left hand side here. So I'm signaling right, I'm looking at the junction ahead. They've positioned themselves there. I'm going to angle myself very slightly towards the right hand side, I don't want to affect them coming here as well. Now the traffic light which I got to consider is over there on the left, which is a bit awkward to see because normally you have it in front of you. So I'm just going to wait to see if it's clear, peeking round, nice and clear, and off we go. All right, and then I'm out. And that's how you do that junction. So that's the Green Lane to Brent Street junction. A lot of people find that tricky, and you just have to do it a couple of times and you know it. But the first time around, most students will always get it wrong. Sometimes they'll come along here, and then what they will do is they will turn right into this next road, and you guys work out where you got to turn right. That car just gave it away. Okay, double lines here, so we never go into double lines. No entry sign there as well, and then that's where you would turn right from on the right hand side there. I'll have a look on my camera there. Single line. Okay, so that's what you want to do. We've got a sort of junction coming up here with the roundabout. Going to give way to the lady there and try not to block the crossing in case more ladies come or gentlemen. And then it's clear. I'm going to go left, and then I'm going to make sure and double check. I keep my eye on them because I know here it's dead clear. Okay, I always do it like a double check or a triple check as I'm going, because I want to make sure they don't change their mind, those cars that were just coming a second ago. So if they do, then I'll be able to react. I'll either go faster or I will end up stopping. But if I'm not looking at them, then the problem is that you won't obviously be able to react, and that's where a lot of students get caught out at junctions because they don't double check or triple check. I call it continuous checking, where as you're going, you know in front of you is clear, so you don't have to focus so much on that, and the risk is more towards where you're meant to give way to. So we're coming back up to the Hendon Central Junction. I did this the other day, and looks like it's going to be a little bit quieter today, which is nice. And as we're approaching Bouncy Road, and I'm going to be starting to brake, and we've got a biker in front, so we're going to keep our distance. And nice tires and tarmac, make sure you can see the road ahead of you, and then we shall deal with the junction. I'm already starting to look at what's happening, the amount of traffic that's there, glancing around me. Lady wants to walk, she'll probably walk in front of my car, and is she gonna do it? No, she's not. Okay, so you know, if I look further ahead after the bus, there's not many cars behind it, maybe one or max two. So that will help me gauge things as we approach. I'm already thinking like this is just how you know, you get used to it. You start scanning and looking and planning your route. I'm looking at the traffic over there. They've started to move over. The traffic stopped now. It's going to be my turn now. That's how you can tell. I'm going to come in calm and smooth. I've looked at the bus. I'm looking just behind the bus. There's another vehicle as I'm coming in. The biker's in front, so I'm making sure I'm not going to get close to the biker. I keep my distance because bikers are very vulnerable. Okay, I can't really see, so the routine is you peek. Here we go, perfect, nice and simple. Looking far ahead, bus already there. I'm picking the middle lane. Okay, start off with the middle over here because it does make it a lot easier. And the bus is moving. I'm checking my mirror so I can't move out another lane. And then the bus is in my lane now. Now, ideally, I can come back behind the bus, and that's what I try and do now. So I look at my mirrors, then make sure it's safe. Bus was saying thank you, and then I shall carry on. Now, what I did there is also the bus was straddling the line, so I'm not going to go right next to the bus when he needs that extra space. I'm going to hold back a little bit like this, okay? And you know, that will just make your life easy, their life easier, and then you can just carry on, you know, with the driving after. It's super easy. You don't have to start getting really close to vehicles all the time. You know, I had a student just earlier today. It was a really tight squeeze and he's going through everything. I was like, you could just hold back, you know, a little bit. There's no compulsion to get through every single nook and cranny. So now, bigger the vehicle, bigger the gap. I like to kind of see if I can, you know, with a bigger vehicle, more around them. Gives me a bit of sense of security and comfort that I can brake, react. I don't know why they're going to stop, so I need to back off, you know. Generally, if they suddenly brake on me, then at least I can react to them. So bigger vehicles, bigger gaps, very, very important. Okay, I'm looking at the line, I'm making sure I'm not going to cross it, and chilled. So now more bikers, and no one's around me yet. The bus will probably come out. You can see him signaling probably already, and this now narrows down. So if the bus is faster than me, they're going to pull out in front of me, and if not, then they'll come in, tuck in behind me. Most likely the driver is going to tuck behind me because he hasn't come up right up towards me, and the lane ahead just narrows down, but I know that it's hard to tell sometimes from here anyway. And that's it really. So it's super easy. If, let's say for example, I wanted to turn left and I didn't realize I could use that lane, now is no way I should be thinking about going left because I'm in this sort of middle lane. So you must completely ignore the direction that you've been given, and you change the route and you tell the examiner, look, I'm really sorry, I'm in the wrong lane and I need to go straight from this lane. Very, very important. Okay, now we're going to be exiting very shortly. We've done this sort of part many times, and 40-mile-an-hour road here, and we're going to be exiting in a second, and we're going to go left here. And as I move out now, look at all these signs. Okay, one way, 30 miles an hour. Drop your speed, check behind you, nice and calm and composed. Okay, really easy. All right, now you got the dual carriageway ahead. Speed's gone up again, and we're going to stay on the left hand side as a good habit. NDP, normal driving position. Okay, the right hand side is a bit more for overtaking. Now look at the signs ahead. Road merges into one, okay, so I'm going to look in my side where it will merge from, and I want to make sure that there's no one right next to me. Okay, now it's two-way. Okay, all these signs are there for you. Okay, we've got the road hump sign, and we're going to come up, and I'm going to slow down. I can get my car kind of in the middle, so it's not too bad. Do not do road humps at like 25 miles an hour. I'm managing to do it here because I can get my car right in the middle, but what you want to do is make sure you slow down. As a guideline, it will be about 10, max 15 miles an hour. Depending on the size of the humps, you're going to have to gauge that, and then go from there. Okay, so roundabout coming up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go left at the roundabout. Okay, no one's there, super easy, and off we go, looking into the road, slowly in. I swear I saw a dog just now. I thought I just saw, there we go. I saw that dog just run out. There you go. So that's the kind of awareness you need. Don't go fast on these side roads. A lot of stuff happens. Can't see past these vans. Any child, there's a park there, which I know, but any child could be running across, any adult could be walking across. So the risk is higher. Higher risks, lower speeds. Remember that. Higher the risk, lower your speed. Okay, car coming, park car here, they've got priority over me because of the hazards on my side, so I'm gonna wait. And look at my gap, I'm waiting at a decent gap. I'm not getting really close to the car. Okay, once that car's gone, he's far away, I'm looking in my mirror and I'm gonna go nice and easy. It doesn't get easier than that. You can make your driving easy, trust me. All right, all it is just stay back. I was telling one of my students today, if you can drive really calm and relaxed, this person's being nice, so I'm gonna say thank you. If you can drive nice and calm and relaxed, the rest of the drive is super easy. They were experienced drivers, kind of quick drivers. The student was a quick driver, I said to them, if you just hold back a little bit, back off and ease off on the speed a little bit, you'll find the driving so much easier, because I know they can handle it. They're gonna whip into a road quite quick, they will suddenly brake, and I'm like, the examiner doesn't know you at all. All they're seeing is like an aggressive drive and someone whipping into a road really fast, and you don't want to show that, and B, if a car does come and you slam the brakes, the likelihood of a car who's following you from behind at a higher speed, because you're kind of enticing the car to come in with you fast, you're going to end up probably getting hit from the car behind. So we're going to go left here. We'll do I was going to do a crossroad, but that crossroad is busy, so I'm not going to do it. So we're going to check both sides. That traffic light is a little bit busy, car is coming, and this car's on the other side. I can't see properly, that's why I'm not going out halfway, and you shouldn't be going out halfway. Now it's clear that side, clear this side. Smoothly checking. I'm going to check one more time because I can't see, and there we go. That's how much you have to check. Okay, do not rush junctions. Okay, whether you get horned from the back or not, ignore that. Okay, I'm almost like, it feels like I'm almost immune to horns now, because I get it a lot when the students are with me, but you just learn to ignore it. So nice and chilled, you do what you think is safe. If it's not safe, don't do it. So don't get forced into it. So hopefully that's helped you. It's a very short one today, and I hope that's helped with a few things. I don't even know what things it might have helped you with, but I shall see you guys in the next daily drive. See ya. Stop.